Hello and welcome to Quirky Cat Crafts. This is Sherry. Okay, you guys, I'm going to start working on getting this laid out a little bit. I finished the mirror tile that has the name on it, Riley, and I did it in silver stickers instead of red because the red ones I had were much smaller. And then I also really like the script of this. And yes, I know there's fingerprints on there. I'll get those cleaned up after I get it all glued. And then I glued on the little heart with the wings and a little silver paw print down here. And this is going to be centered in the middle at the top. So about there. So that's our first tile placement. And then I've got all my tiles pulled out and let me show you some of the filler options I pulled out. So these are my favorite. If you've seen past videos, you know I really like this stamp that does like the swirls and then rubbed with mica powders. And this is actually on the Bluestone Souffle, which is the same color I used as the backing for the silver leafing. So these will definitely get used. I've got a few of these on navy blue that are just rubbed with, I actually think this was Inca Gold, silver Inca Gold, so metallic paint. So a couple of those might get used. I pulled these out. I've had them in my stash forever. And this was a swirl stencil painted on like a light gray, but I'm probably not going to use it because I didn't seal it and the paint has rubbed, and so it's not the clean, crisp result that it was when I first made it. So I'm probably not going to use those, but I did pull them. Okay. I've got a few of these little pieces on Sculpey 3 blue, light blue pearl. That's just like a swirl pattern rubbed with white mica powders, but they're all cut really, really small. So a few of these might get tucked into a few small gaps. Okay, and then I did pull out, I thought I had a lot more in silver and gray, but I don't. This is on a dark gray rubbed with silver, and it's just a random texture stamp. So a few of those might get tucked in. I have some strips of this, another different random pattern. So some of that might get tucked in. I have these. These were the peel and stick tiles that I had purchased that in sheets that I cut them apart. So a few of those might get tucked in, but I'm also debating whether I want to attach them on the side of the frame all the way around. I don't know, because I don't know if they'll like line up perfectly for the dimensions, because these are, looks like 3/4 of an inch and not quite. So so I'm afraid that there would be a weird amount of spacing. So, but those are pulled out, and I might tuck 3 or 4 of those into this. I did go back and I couldn't figure out what I was missing, and then I realized what it was. It was hand painted geometric. So I had 6 of these already made that weren't painted, so I painted them and then did the silver lines, and then made the mistake of going back to varnish, and it kind of smeared the silver lines a little bit. So I'm not 100% sure on them, but we'll see how I feel when I get that far. I might have to make some new ones. We'll see. Okay, and then I have these also on navy blue with silver. So a few of those might get tucked in. And then I have this that I don't know that I'm going to use because it's more of a primary blue. But I'll see how it looks once I get started. So, oh, and then these. This is done on silver glitter and rubbed with blue mica powder, but it's also more of a primary blue. So I don't know, it might be too much wrong color stick out. We'll have to see. So, all right. So I've got the rest of my tiles that I made divided into piles around the frame here. So we're going to go with, let's start with my stickers. So remember, this is a fair representation of Riley. And then the little dog tag that says Friends Forever. And I went back and made 2 more using the smaller glass cabochons. The same silver glitter paper, but I did stickers with little paw prints so that I would have 4. So I know that I wanted Riley over here and that over here. So then I would want a paw print like down here and then one up here. Because I don't want to go, things need to be evenly spaced, but I don't want to go like, you know, where the same tile is in the 4 corners. That's not, I learned that through the course of my mosaic making, that you can be balanced without it being that symmetrical. That actually can be bad. So, all right, so here's our little stamp tile of Riley with the XOXO paw prints. And that's going to be centered down here. And I'm so glad I went back and remade these to the correct dimensions, but also on the darker blue clay. So, all right. So we have love as a 4-legged word, and I feel that like that needs to go over here. Our best friends leave paw prints on our heart. And I feel like that needs to go here. And then since this says love rescued me, I don't want the 2 tiles with love on the same side. So this one's going to go over here. And then this one says pets are family, and it'll go over here. And again, this could all adjust as we're going through. And I know I just said I don't necessarily like things lined up in the corners, but with the opening of the frame, it might be okay. Might get adjusted. We'll have to see. So, okay, let's do our buttons next. So we've got the dog bowl, the bone, and the dog house. So we've got dog. So the dog button needs to go over here. And I kind of want it right by the mirror. And then because this is along the same color lines as that, I kind of want it over here to balance. And because we have red over here, this needs to go over here. So then that means the doghouse needs to go over here somewhere. And it actually seems like it is this the right. The other thing I'm debating is, you guys know that I like to leave a little gap between my tiles. And I'm probably still going to leave just a little gap. I was debating whether I wanted them all butted up against each other, but I think I need that little gap. So, okay, let's see what's next. Let's do our silhouettes. So, remember I stamped out 6, and I thought I was only going to use maybe 3 or 4, but I was playing with the layout last night, and I realized that I have a lot more open space than what I thought I did. So, all 6 are going to get used. So, I want the one facing, and I want them facing inward, up and down, right? So, but I don't want silver and silver. So let's see. Maybe there. Okay. And then I feel like this one needs to be up top somewhere. And then this one here. Okay. And I don't want this 2 dogs. Actually, I think I am going to put this one here. think we're going to slide this one out so that they're not lined up. So there, and then there. So I need one up here and one down here. And so something like that. Again, this will all change as I get going. But I'm just trying to show you my thought process. And the reason I went out is because we've got the dog button here. So otherwise it would have been over here somewhere. All right. So now we have these on the silver clay. So I'm going to do this one first because it's the biggest I have. And so since this is the biggest word tile, I want this one over here somewhere. I want it here, or do I want it up here? I kind of want it up here. And then we have a dog bed. And I don't want them right next to, even though they're two different colors of silver, I'm going to want something blue in the middle. Okay, dog tag. So we have a dog tag over here, so we need to go over here with this one. And then we got a dog collar, which I kind of feel like needs to go here. We got two more, so we're going to put one in here and one over here. So we have dog shampoo. And dog brush. And then we have the other ones I did on the white glitter clay. Can of dog food, ball, the rope toys, the frisbee, and the bone. So dog food. And the ball. Rope toy. Frisbee. The other rope toy. And the bone. Uh-oh. Nope, can't have two bones close together. So we'll move this over here. And have the bone over here. All right. Then we have our silver charms. I did go back and do an extra paw print and an extra bone. I eliminated the red heart buttons because I like the silver heart charms better. And I really kind of want it more of a classier kind of look. And since I didn't go with red up here, just having these two pops of red is sufficient. So, all right, so we're going to put paw print here. So then the other one needs to go up here. And again, with the bones, I don't want bone and bone. Dagnabbit. But then I don't want paw print either. I'm being kind of overly picky, to be honest. Well, let's go bone here. And bone here. That's all right. And I don't know that I'm going to use all 4 hearts. I'll probably just use one on each side. And the question becomes, do I use the same or do I use one of each? And I think I'm going to use one of each. So I'm kind of shaky. I'm going to explain why to you here in just a second. So I was up here last night after I got done doing a video, kind of playing around. It's about, I don't know, 2 or 3 in the morning. And I heard a really loud, like clanging metal sound. And I went to investigate because I assumed that would be my boys getting into something, knocking something over. But I couldn't figure out what the noise was. I never did figure it out last night. And then today, I was going to take my trash out because it's trash day tomorrow. And I like the fact that I have hearts next to the 2 words of love. That's nice. We'll set these 2 aside for right now. Anyway, so I went to take out my trash today. And I opened my front door, and the bottom panel on my storm door was all dented in and just kind of hanging there. Now, I live alone. I work overnights, and I sleep during the day. And nobody ever comes over. I don't have people over. So, I don't know if it was somebody kicked my door or if it was a settling thing or the storm window might have fallen and hit so hard that it bent the bottom panel. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it's kind of got me shook up a little bit. So, all right. These were already in my stash and made, and they're on that same blue souffle. This one is crooked, and I need to trim it. And sometimes looking at the back of the tile makes it easier to determine if it's crooked. There, that's better. Anyway, and now my train of thought derailed. But yeah, so I don't know what it was. I don't know, but it kind of shook me up a little bit. So, but anyway, these were already in my stash, and like I said, when I started putting this together, I realized I had a lot more open space than I thought I was going to. So, okay, so that is all of the themed tiles. And I'm already feeling like I want to come down a little bit with this one. And up a little bit with this one. And not have them lined up in the corners. And so, and then up with this one. Okay. And again, this will probably change quite a bit as I start fitting in bits and pieces. Let's go ahead and put in our hand painted and see how I feel about them. Because I don't, this is on the light blue pearl, which is a fairly good match. So I probably will use a few of these swirls as well to tie in that lighter blue. And I might have to go back through and see if I have anything else on that light blue pearl or whether I need to make another something. I don't know. All right, so let's do at least 4 of these. So let me try to find the ones that are the least fudgy. Is that a word? Fudgy? Sure, why not? And I'm looking for tiles that are the same as size as tiles I already have made. It just makes it easier when you're putting together. Nope. When you're putting together your mosaic. When you have those straight lines. So you don't have a bunch of weird gaps. Does that make sense, you guys? Am I making any sense? I don't feel like I'm making any sense. I feel like I'm all over the place today. course, that's not any different than any other day, but that's another story for another time. So I'm going to slide the dog food down because I'll put something above it so then I don't have white. And I'm probably going to go back and move all the white ones so that they're not on the edge, because that tends to leave a visual gap with your eye. I've learned that. So we'll do that instead. And then do something on either side. Okay, I've got 2 more. Let's see, we got hand painted, hand painted, hand painted, hand painted. So I need at least probably 1 up here and 1 down here. Okay, let's see. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh, I don't like that though. How about we come in with this? No, because then it would line up with that. Hang on, I'll figure it out. Maybe don't use this one here. Maybe do this one here. Yeah, I like that better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this needs to go up here. Not at the top though, because then it would be top, and that's not okay. That is not okay for my eye. It bothers my eye. Okay. I need a drink. Hang on, you guys. All right, let's see. I definitely wanted to use a couple of these. And I have a lot of them, and I have a couple of different versions here. Hold on. So I have these, but I also have these that I actually initially didn't really care for. But actually now I'm liking them better, and I'll probably go back and cut because these were some of the very first ones I ever made. So they're, you know, fudgy along the edges, and do we really need that 2 points? So probably, let's try to trim one and see how it comes out. See if it cuts okay. Seems to be. I mean, I made it crooked. I can fix that. Wait, is it crooked? Is it really crooked, or is it just my eyeball is crooked? I don't know. So, and I'm having an internal debate right now because I found out, I'm going to want a bigger one over there. I found out that Jeremy, the person who's the recipient of this frame, is doing like a Broadway musical show concert. He's got a few of them. He's got one in Pennsylvania in July. And then there's one in Florida in October. And then there's one in Hollywood next January. And initially, the first one I saw was the one in Hollywood, which I've never, I mean, I drove through California once as a truck driver and then vowed to never go back again, ever, ever, ever. So, and now I want the smaller one. And the one in California is like 2 days before my birthday. So I thought that would be appropriate, but I don't know. And then, like I said, I stumbled upon the one in Pennsylvania and the one in Florida. And the one in Florida actually has a meet and greet option. That's the one that's in October. So then I thought, instead of mailing this, maybe I would invest in the meet and greet ticket, which is like $300, and go down to Florida and give this to him in person. And I haven't decided yet. I'm debating it. We shall see. So, but it's something I'm contemplating. All right, and I do have 2 more, but I think that's too much, so I think we'll just do 2. Okay, and then we definitely want some of these. If you ever want to be playing with the clay and playing in the craft room, but you don't have a specific project in mind, pick out a couple of texture background stamps that you like and a few colors of clay and just start playing. And then you have them in your stash, which saves so much time when you're ready to start the project. So okay. But anyway, so that's what's going on with me. It's Sunday, and like I said, I got my trash taken out, my kitchen cleaned up. I need to do my laundry, but I'm holding off on that because I don't want you guys to have to listen to the sound of my washing machine going, because it is right outside my craft room door. So, and then other than that, I don't have a whole lot to do for the rest of the night. So just my laundry, and figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner. And these can all be cut down. I'm just not cutting right now. Where'd that skinny one go? So you guys seeing how I'm doing the spacing, right? That is what I'm trying to show you guys here. Ooh, where did that one go? Maybe this one. No, this one. So that's 4 of those. I'll probably, well, I feel like I need one over here. And I feel like I need one up here. So let's see. Down here. I don't want it next to this one because that's the same clay color. So here. And then, where did I say the other one needed to go? Because 1, 2, 3, 4 up here. It needs to be a small one. I'm going to go back down with this and go up here with it. Actually, I want to do the big one. Do I like this? For now, I do. Of course, this is the same width, but not the same height, so that would be visually more appealing. Yep, I like that better. Okay. Of course, now I don't like this. I mean, you can't, it would be difficult to have everything be exactly the way you want it to be, but I'm really not liking that. So we're going to move this And now I kind of just want a little square of it right in there, which I'll, is it the right width? Nope, too skinny. So find me a small one I can cut down a little bit. Or maybe not. Let's slide him up. Let's see how much I need to cut off of that one. I moved it out so that I can slide this over and go here with this. Because I didn't want the two blues right next to each other. Does that make sense? So this is pretty much the right height. I just need to take a little bit off one of the edges. Ta-da. And this will probably actually go up, and I'll put a little bling in there maybe. We'll leave it down for now. Okay. Sorry, now I'm getting into the mumbles. So that takes care of those. I don't want to start cutting down my silver leafing until I know for sure where I'm going. Oh, come here, you guys. Oh. So, but I know that I can't do these little pieces really, but maybe. Little piece in there for sure. So I'm looking for one. Yeah. I want one that is, I actually kind of want to and then a piece over here somewhere. See, these are good for these little gaps. Sliding this over so that I don't have the two light blues right next to each other. Do I have one that's a little bit taller? No. That's okay though. Okay. And then a little piece over here somewhere, and that'll be enough of that for right now. Next to the dog, I think. And that's good for now. I can always come back and add more later if I need to. All right, let's do a couple of these. I think these were all pretty much cut the same size practically. Not a whole lot of variety here. But that's okay. I just want a couple of pieces of this in here. Somewhere where there's a lot of blue to break up the blue. Definitely gonna need something navy over here. And then have a bigger piece. Something over here. Little something something. And one down here somewhere. Oops. That's sufficient for now. I'm really scared to start cutting on my leafing, but I think it's about time to. Let me see how I feel about a couple other things real quick. I also pulled some regular silver glitter tiles that I feel like they're going to visually draw away from like my silver glitter dog stamps, and that's what I want the eye to go to. So I think that's too much. I also have, oh golly, heavy. Nope, that's the wrong box. Hold on. I also have some of these in different size, 2 different sizes. And then don't forget, I do have these. And they're pretty much the same size as those. And I think these are too big. Normally with these, I put stickers on them. I don't just leave them plain. And that's going to create visual gaps that I don't like. Okay, so no on the big ones. But maybe like a few of these. And I might do it as like side by side. Or perhaps like that. No, I think I just like the 2. So that's like maybe up here. And then maybe right there. Maybe right there. And just do 3 because I don't need it over here. And everything doesn't have to be in an even number. So maybe just those 3 for now. Okay. I did have these. Which I don't know how I feel about them. And I don't know how I feel about this blue because it's not, I feel like it's going to stick out. I mean, it's monochromatic and there's really no such thing as the wrong color of blue per se, but you know, gotta think about it. Actually, I'm not hating that. I think I might want to go like that. I'll trim a little bit off of that one. Unless I have a shorter one. It's not bad, actually. I didn't think I was going to use those, but I think I'm going to now. I also pulled these out, but I don't like them because, again, these were ones I made very early on, so the rubbing of the Inca Gold is not great, and then, as you can see, the lines are kind of crooked. I mean, I can cut it where it wouldn't matter, but I don't think I want... I don't know, I'm not feeling this. And then this... See, I've got little pieces of it. Let's see how I feel about it. I'm not even, like, calculating. I'm just tucking them in to see how I feel. So this is not necessarily where they would go. I'm probably going to ask you guys to give me some opinions before I start gluing. I don't think I'm liking this. I don't know why, just not feeling it. And I don't think I need these. At least not right now. All right, I think I've procrastinated long enough. And we're going to cut down. I mean, and it's not like I can make more leafing if I need it. And obviously it's not going to be every little gap. But this is going to be pretty big chunks. Chunks, I don't know if that's the right word, but, you know, like I'll probably put a big strip there, a big piece there, and a big piece over here somewhere, maybe here. And maybe like a strip here or something. You know what? I can turn the bone sideways, and that gives me more room to work. And I think I can come down here with that. And I definitely want to go up there with that. I don't think I'm feeling these either. How did that happen? Yeah, I'm not feeling those. All right. All right, so I think you guys are getting the idea. So now I'm down to where I'm going to be filling in gaps. And I'm having some debating because these are kind of smallish, right? And I don't want to, and the words are, these are the focal, right? The words and the mirror. And then the next focal needs to be, you know. All right, we're just going to cut a chunk of this, stick it up here and see if it's too much to have it that big. And if I need to go smaller with it, then I'm going to need to come up with something else to do. Now, I do still have 2 more of these. You know, and I could put one here and scooch some stuff together and put the other one like right here. Anyway, all right, you guys, I'm going to go away and play with this because now I'm getting to the point where I'm just going to be sitting here staring at it, and you don't need to be along for that. So, I'm going to go away and try and finish getting this laid out. And because I do have that paw print stencil. Remember I did that for the for my niece's cat and dog frame or wall hanging. So I do have that stencil. And I don't have any black clay on here yet. So I might stencil in black with various shades of blue and silver for paw prints. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to go away, get this out of the way, get set up for that, and then I'll come back on and we'll do another video where I make the stencil, because I think that's what I'm missing. I don't have a stenciled option on here. So let me go away and get this set aside and get set up to do that, and then I'll come back with another video. And we're going to do some stencil-y paw prints with the mica powders. Okay? That's it for now, you guys. Thank you so much for watching.